Moving on to Sunday, the Browns at the Bengals. This line opened up Browns -4.5. It went down to 3, although you have to pay juice to get the -3. So yeah, this is one I screwed up last week. I had the Browns over the Steelers. They really threw me off with Baker Mayfield having a full designation of practice on Friday. I was like, okay, maybe Baker's fine. And he definitely wasn't. He looked injured. So we assume he's going to play this game, but he may not be 100%. So with that in mind, who do you like in this game?
Yeah, we had texted about Baker too, because I wanted the Steelers for the Super Contest, and you talked me out of it. So I'm holding a grudge against you for that. Not actually, because I could, if I really liked it, I could have just been like, no, we need to go with this. But yeah, I think I hate the practice stuff when it's like, all right, we put him up with a rib injury, because rib injuries linger. They're like hamstring injuries, not in the way, soft tissue injuries recur a lot, but rib injuries just take a long time to heal. And anytime you get hit, it hurts. So clearly Mayfield was still feeling that. That said, I'm leaning towards the Browns this week at -3 if Mayfield is healthy. We're obviously going to have to wait throughout the week to see what he does in practice. I mean, if he's limited all week, I'm going to be a little skeptical of it. I'm going to really rely on the reports of people who are at practice, seeing how he's moving around. That's going to be big this week. But if you just look at this, the Browns are a much better team than the Bengals, I think. And they have advantages in 2 key areas. The Bengals' offensive line is very weak, and Joe Burrow under pressure hasn't been able to score. We saw it against the Ravens a couple weeks ago when they put up 3 points and he was under pressure the whole game. And against the Colts came out very, very sluggish. But then after the half, they started playing better in coverage and getting a little bit more heat on Burrow, and the Bengals only scored 3 points after that. So I think the key is getting pressure, and I think Cleveland can do that. And then on the offensive side of the ball, the Bengals defense just isn't very good. They've had some stacked injuries at defensive tackle that have made their run defense not great at times. So I think Kareem Hunt can take a little advantage of that. And then in the secondary, they're susceptible against receivers in the middle of the field. So I think Jarvis Landry and Odell Beckham Jr. Are going to be able to get open enough to make some big plays. So I think if Mayfield's healthy, they should cover 3 pretty easily. I like how much the line has moved, because I don't really think anything's changed about the Browns as a team. Maybe the perception of the Bengals is shifted because they played the Colts close. But I still think the Browns have an advantage. So I would be on them, but I'm waiting to see how much I would bet on this until we know what's going on with Mayfield.
Yeah, pretty much the same for me, although I'm currently penciling in the Bengals because I'm assuming that Mayfield is not going to be 100%. So we'll see. I actually looked at the injury report from last week today, and I was interested to see what Jimmy Garoppolo's statuses look like throughout the week, because he was not healthy against the Dolphins at all. In fact, they benched him at halftime, and then he was 100% against the Rams. So throughout week 6, he was full every single day, not limited at all. So if we see Mayfield full every single day, or at least 2 of the days, I think we can be confident, without reading anything or having additional information. So I think that's what it's going to take for me to go with the Browns. But if Mayfield is the same as last week, if he's limited full, unless we hear something else, I'm probably going to be on the Bengals, because I don't want to lay a field goal on the road with the team that has an injured quarterback. Mayfield didn't look like he could beat anyone except for maybe the Giants or the Jets. I just don't see it happening that way. But if Mayfield's 100%, then I'm with you on the Browns here, because we're getting good line value. The advanced spread on this game was Browns -4.5, and now it's 3. So we're getting key numbers of 3 and 4. So I definitely like that. But yeah, we're just going to have to wait and see on Mayfield's status.
Yeah, I think we're both viewing the game the same way. But with our pencil marks, I'm assuming Mayfield's healthy and you're assuming he's not. So kind of a good mix. We're on the same page.